as they'll start at the 21-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. That is caught at the 7. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, 32 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And a good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Ajayi. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Great. Yes,
Wentz to throw on second down. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Wentz now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now it's Ajayi. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland Raiders, Charles, it's another lost season for them. We said that a few weeks ago, and we've been talking about this, but double-digit losses this year for the 12th time in 16 seasons, and that is so hard to fathom.
It really is, and I know everyone's going to say that just about every position will have an open competition. And
looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lion.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. What's this? Yes.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 50. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Lets it go for Nelson. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jordy Nelson, 42 yards. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting the football back here. And when you discuss the Eagles this season, seems like every week we kind of go back and forth. Hey, they're done. They're still alive. They're done.
No, they're alive.
And that Week 15 win, I don't think many people saw that coming against the Rams in L.A.
I will guarantee many didn't see that coming for a couple of reasons. One, Philadelphia is coming off of a bruising battle that they lost in overtime against Dallas, where Dallas ran, I believe, 90-plus plays against them. That's hard to bounce back from, yet they did it. Also, the Rams were coming off a game where they didn't play really well on the road against Chicago. We all expected them to get back in form at home. So, no, not many people saw that coming at all. Give Philadelphia credit. They've kept themselves alive for a possible playoff spot and a chance to defend their Super Bowl championship.
Come on now, Oaks. Come on now. Let's go. Lion.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Black. Black. What's your son? Wrap.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Run. Ram. What's your son? Defending 2, great.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
82, 82. Black, come on. What's up?
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Fletcher Cox coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Shotgun now for Carr. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Wentz. Under pressure, they got him again. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
That's it. 82, 82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. Room to run past midfield. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Wentz now on 1st down. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lose 5-7. Lose 5-7.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Go, go. Lance. Shorty.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 33 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A good pickup there, a 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, and the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and beat?
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Carlson on for the PAT. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Powers through. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Go. run.
On first down, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
82.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
81.
To throw is Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Come on now, let's go.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. And once again, they go with Sproles. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Carr to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, it's Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Nelson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. to throw. LaFell's got it for a Raider touchdown. Brandon LaFell, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with a jive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up.
Well, he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
82.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. 10 seconds to go.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to.